Here's a snippet from Venus by Gustav Holst. Welcome to another Outer Space episode of
Keith Horn's Chord of the Week.
Venus is the second movement from the planets, and it's one of the most hauntingly beautiful pieces of music in the entire literature of the 20th century orchestral canon. It's could be my favorite movement from the entire piece, and there's just some incredible harmony in this piece. And this section, let's hear it again. Always jumps out at me because, well, let's just dive right into the chords. The first one is this. It's an A minor 11, and it finds its way to this D7, sharp 5, flat 9, right? So that's a 2-5. And those of you who don't know what a 2-5 is, it's the 2 chord that sets up the 5 chord that traditionally resolves to a 1 chord. Jazzers would recognize this right away when they hear this. They'll hear the almost like a wanting to go here kind of sound. Now, what's interesting about what Holst does here is he takes this, what we can call a 2 chord. This is an A minor 11 to this D dominant with a sharp 5 and a flat 9, and he goes here. Right? That third chord is a B major with I'm going to call it a 9 because this is what the melody is. There's a 7th. So instead of calling this a 2, the C sharp, I'm going to call it a 9. So the 3 chords, 2, 5, and he doesn't go to G. He goes 2, 5, and then what is essentially a major 3. If we're thinking of this as the key of G, which an A minor to a D7, altered D7, that's a 2-5 setting up a G major tonic. Now, you know he wasn't thinking in terms of 2-5 jazz chords, and I'm going to fool people with a deceptive cadence with a jazzy 2-5. I highly doubt that he was doing that, but a 2-5 is a 2-5, and that's what I hear. And what makes it so great for my ears is the voice leading. So if we look closely, we have this. I simplified it to this. It's actually this, right? But if we simplify it down to this, that's our chord, this 6-part A minor 11. And he moves it to this D dominant sound. And look at the voice leading. Just look at the left hand. Right, we go from 1-3-5 to 7-1 of the next chord of the D7. The right hand, it just spells out a G major triad above the A minor, giving us the A minor 11, and that goes to this E flat minor, which is an upper structure, to this D7, right, to a B, which has 2 common tones with E minor 7. So altogether, right, what's really clever, I think, is the second chord. We have 7 and 1 of the D7 move up a half step to there and become the 2 and the 3, or the 9 and the 3 of this B sonority. So that's a little section from Venus, from the Planets by Gustav Holst. And like I said before, I doubt he was thinking of this as a 2-5 in jazz terms, like I'm kind of describing it now, but a 2-5 is a 2-5. And this one comes from Venus.
Yeah. Who this? This beat. Yo, who this? Yo, who this? Who this?